Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you all so much for joining. Good afternoon. We've had a lot of updates, of course, today. I just saw something that I found interesting. You know how Trump said he's going to bring coal back in America? Well, a coal mine in West Virginia that had 30 years of production left, it's going to close. And 234 people will be laid off. And all of that is thanks to Trump's trade war. Good afternoon, Shinopa. Hey, Cindy, good afternoon to you. So again, Trump said he was going to bring coal back to America, but instead, these people are going to lose their job. That's what's going to happen instead. It said shutting down in a southern West Virginia coal mine, leaving more than 200 workers looking for a job. It said the operation had 27.5 million tons of recoverable coal reserves at the end of 2024 that was projected to support 30 years of full capacity production. However, the report also acknowledged that the trade-related uncertainties continue to weigh on markets. So, wow, people are going to lose their job. Hey, Trell, good afternoon. Hey, Tar, good afternoon. Hey, Reggie, good afternoon. Hey, Chrissy. Hey, Dr. Africa. Sorry, I was reading you guys. But elections have consequences. This is what happens when you vote in somebody who actually isn't qualified for the job. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you could tap that like button, tap that button for me. And then also tap that share button. Copy link counts as a share for me. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the gifts, the likes, and the shares. I appreciate it. But I want to tell y'all some news that I found out about today. Okay, now, hold up. I got to go back. I'm going back to, well, I'll go back to a family portrait in a second. Because this is about Taco Bell all on his lonesome. Now, you remember how Trump used to talk about Joe Biden being old? There was all this discussion about Joe Biden being old. Oh, playtime, there's a battery plant on hold in South Carolina. I bet it is. I'm telling you, American companies need to sell their goods to foreign markets, and they also need some of their supplies from foreign markets. And that's just a fact. And anybody that's saying that's not true, hey, they don't have the best interests of America at heart, because it absolutely is true. It's taking people out of business. This is bad business what Trump is doing. But you can't be surprised at the bad business because he filed bankruptcy 6 times for his own businesses. So Trump is who he is. Hi, Diato. Good afternoon. Now, y'all know how now I got to talk about this. Now, y'all know how Donald Trump always used to talk about Joe Biden and how old he is. Joe Biden is so old. Joe Biden this, Joe Biden that. Well, guess what the media is reporting? And their photos to go along with it. Okay? I'm glad you love the picture, Cassie. Oh, I got another one for you. Just wait a second. Well, health fears are starting to rise about Donald Trump and his health because they have photos that appear to show the president wearing a catheter yesterday. Well. I don't recall ever seeing any media pictures talking about Joe Biden wearing a catheter. Wow. Ain't that something? It says that there's a bulge shown towards the bottom leg of his pants, on the back of his leg. And they say it appears to be a catheter. People said that it looks like a Foley catheter due to urinary incontinence is a symptom of late stage prefrontal temporal dementia. Well. Ain't Ain't that something? And conservatives spent all their time talking about Joe Biden. Hey, Striking Black Doll. Where do you get? I get them from all over the internet, Reddit, Blue Sky, X, all over the place. Oh, poor little Tink Tink. Somebody's upset I'm talking about old Taco Bell here. Bye. See you next time, beloved. So you gotta love that bruh is wearing a catheter. Okay? We already knew that he was probably dealing with some issues of early onset dementia, because he speaks in word soup anyway, right? So we figured that. Trump said he'll have his own sport event that doesn't care about the FIFA. Okay, it'll be failed, just like it was failed when he tried to do an alternative to the NFL. See, Donald Trump is still bitter that the NFL would never let him buy a team. They never let him in that exclusive club. And then he tried to start a competitive league, and that failed too. Everything he does fails. Trump State, Trump University, Trump Water. Everything he does fails, except for fooling the American people. That's about the only thing he's been really successful at, actually. Outside of that, he hasn't been too successful at any of his other business ventures. He's just very good at it. That's why he needed to keep going to the Russians to get money from the Russians, so that he could actually, keep up with that facade of a lifestyle of his. That's why. Yep, Trump Tower failed. Absolutely. Russians own a lot of apartments in Trump Tower, just so y'all know. And I got another one. Bye. Oh, conservative men love me so much. And the people who follow him. Yeah, they turn, they're failures, but they follow Trump because they need a success to latch onto. Y'all understand? They need a success to latch onto. They don't have anything else to hang on to, nothing else to be proud of. That's why they say, my president. As if his accomplishments are their accomplishments. And it doesn't change their bank account, their neighborhood, their education, their future. It doesn't do any of that. I put up a clip from one of the things I said in my earlier live this morning, where I said mediocrity is no longer rewarded in America. That's why so many Americans are crashing out and voting for Donald Trump. Yeah, because mediocrity is no longer rewarded in America the way it used to be. You used to be mediocre, be a homeowner, have multiple vehicles, take multiple vacations, have investments, do all these things. You can't do that anymore and be mediocre. You got to do something. Yep, you got to do something besides sit on the internet. You got to do something besides talk about how great you are. You know what I mean? You actually have to have a skill, a talent, some way to, survive. You have to have some way to do that. And mediocrity is no longer rewarded here. That's why people are crashing out. And they're hoping if they push immigrants out of the country, that it'll give them opportunities they haven't otherwise had. You still won't get them, because you're still not qualified to get those opportunities either. Yep, say it again, Nessa. Al Bundy was a great example. From Married with Children. Al was able to work in a shoe store. Peggy could be a stay-at-home mom. Keep in mind, they always talked about how mediocre Al was. But at bare minimum, Al had a house, Al had a car, and Peggy didn't have to work. His mediocre ass was able to do just enough so that they could be comfortable. They weren't rich, but they weren't on the street. You understand? They had just as much as the people next door did, Marcy and her husband. And they both had a job, Marcy and her husband. I think at some point her husband quit, though, and Marcy was the only one working, if I'm not mistaken. It's been so long since I've seen that TV show. But think about it. That was mediocrity. That was mediocrity. And that's exactly what a lot of Americans have. When they say make America great again, they want to go back to being mediocre and having a great life. And they can't do that anymore. The system won't allow it. It's too expensive. No one's going to pay you to be mediocre. See, back in the day, you could have mediocre salaries and still have a house, car, and all those things because things didn't cost that much. Things didn't cost that much. But not now. Not now. That mediocrity won't get you the life that you see on the internet anymore. You've got to find a way to be exceptional. Even if you're an exceptional content creator, you still ain't mediocre. You understand where I'm coming from? Even if you come from a mediocre life, if you found a way to make content and be exceptional at that, you're still not mediocre. You found something to be exceptional at. That's the thing about it. Oh, you just called it Mother Goose? You see, Mama Must, Daddy Must, and Lil JD. That's that American nuclear family. Catch it. That's what that is. That is that Republican, what do they say? That Republican family in middle America. That woman who brings home more money than her husband. And he's bitter about it. He's kind of bitter. He say he love her, but he bitter. And he always looking somewhere else. That's Daddy Don over here. He don't think that baby is his. He already tested it with a kit that he bought from Rite Aid. Catch it. He been emailing the Maury show because he want results. Because he gonna latch his wagon onto something. He gonna latch his wagon onto something. Oh, somebody in here just real tight. Bye. I guess it's because I blocked his other account too. Where's the family pet in the portrait? That's JD, Dr. Africa. Duh. You see how Trump holding him? Bear don't really want to touch him. Don't really want to touch little JD. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. and look, Apple user's already gone. Already gone, Nessa Bessa. Yep, you know me. I saw it, handled it. We don't do that here. Here in this live, we like to have adult discussions. But we have fun, but we don't need to feed trolls. Man, I swear that looks like Family Feud photos from back in the day. Listen, don't it? Don't it? But Trump looked like if he was on Family Feud, he would be the person at the front. And no matter what answer the family would send up front, he would say whatever he want to say, and they lose. And he claimed it's rigged. He'd be that person right in front, never listening to the family. Labrador, Cocker Spaniel. Listen. I cracked myself up with that one. Because he would so do that. He would be like, I'm not doing what the fuck these people say. I'm smarter than all these people up here. What are you talking about? He would so do that shit. Saturday Night Live needs to make some of these things I say skits. Listen, Saturday Night Live, if you're listening. Listen, my idea is I would want to see that. I would want to see the Trump family on Family Feud, right? I don't know what family they would versus, but I certainly would want to see a Trump family on Family Feud. And every time they send up an answer, Trump just say whatever he want to say. I would laugh my ass off at home every time. And thank you, admin. Bye. Whoever that was, not here. We don't do that here. Thank you so much, Larry. I cracked myself up with that one. I didn't expect to go there with that one, but I can see it in my mind. I was telling my friend earlier. I see when I think about things like that, I actually see the scenes in my mind, and that's why it made me laugh so hard. Because you know how Trump likes to lean into the microphone, Cocker Spaniel. Listen, and so it just made me laugh. I had to, man. I had to. I tell you this, you have to laugh to keep from crying with everything that's happening. You really, really do. Like a lot of what you guys see on television in relation to a lot of people have gotten upset with me today on TikTok because of some videos I put up today where I said there are a lot of things I could be doing instead of protesting. There are many, because I'm not going to protest. Hey, Zarvis, good afternoon, handsome. There are a lot of things I could be doing instead of protesting, and they were upset with me. And because I was saying to black people, you need to stay yourself at home. Don't get yourself caught up in that stuff that's happening in those protests. Because as soon as you go out there and get caught up in it, it's going to be escalated even more. If you think it's being escalated now, it's going to get 10 times worse. Stay out of that. People got upset with me. Oh, what about humanity and this, that, and the other? But we told y'all about humanity before the election. Nobody listened. So why would you listen to my black ass now? That's the question that I ask. What do I have to say now that's so much different than what I said before November 5th? Nothing. What it is you didn't expect it to happen. He told you it would. But I told folks, a lot of people convince themselves not to believe in what Trump says. You know why? Because they gaslight you. You know what they say? Oh, don't believe everything he says. We don't take him literally. Right? That's what they say. We don't take him literally. Well, he means it. Before, he couldn't do all the things he said because the system, there were still people in place to block him from doing those things. Well, he's removed all of that stuff now. There's no barrier. And the Republican Party has taken a knee for him. So now, all the things he said, he wasn't bluffing. He knew exactly who what Project 2025 was. You know how you know he knows what it was? Because those people who wrote it and orchestrated it are in his administration. That's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. That's reality. You understand? Exactly. He don't need their votes no more. So he not even sucking up to conservatives. That's why he doesn't have any problem defunding FEMA. He don't care about that. There's no value in that. You know what the value is? The value. This is where the value is. The value is in letting natural disasters hit these communities, knowing their insurance companies won't pay out on it, and then that allows rich investors to come in and buy that property up for pennies on the dollar, and then build property on it and rent it out for exorbitant prices and rinse and repeat. It's just the system. The system wants more of your life. That's all it is. If Donald Jessica Trump gets to run in 2028, then Barack Obama's right. Yeah, the thing is this, though. Don Jr., none of the Trump kids would ever win. I'm just telling y'all, nobody has a secret sauce to put Republicans in a trance the way Donald Trump does. Because none of them have the ability to sell bullshit the way he does. He's masterful in his marketing. I don't agree with his politics. I don't like the way he does things. But he don't even work really hard to market to them. They're just very easy to... It's kind of like this. If I know that you dislike somebody so bad, but I know this for a fact, that people get blinded by their anger. You understand? And when people are blinded by their anger, they make very silly decisions. So you give them something to focus on instead of focusing on you. And you say the things that nobody else wants to say that they've been saying at home. You say those things too. So then they feel seen, right? So now you got somebody that speaks for you now. Y'all understand where I'm coming from? Follow the whole logic here. You got somebody that's speaking for you. They're representing you. You don't care that they shit on a gold toilet because they say the things that you say every day. So you are identifying with this person. And then you become protective of this person, even to your detriment. Even if this person does things to you that screw up your life, you make excuses for it because it's the first person in maybe ever or a long time that's speaking for you in that big old place called Washington. Let me clue you in on something. Washington ain't that big. Washington ain't that big. So when people say big old Washington, Washington ain't that big. Y'all keep letting these people create Washington as a big boogeyman. It ain't that big. Now, prior to Trump, Republicans and Democrats will spend a lot of time trying to go, well, we're different from them and we're different from them. But when the lights go off, they're all hanging out in the restaurants and every place else in Washington together because they're all a part of the same machine together. It wasn't until Trump came along that the machine changed. That's when everything changed. Hey, Mary John, I love Trump too. I love that he's keeping middle America poor. I had to block you, beloved. It's 5:21. It is almost dinner time. I can't allow that in here. I can't allow conservative women in here before 6:30 p.m. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry about that. You know, I'm not sorry about that. I am here to keep folks on the straight and narrow. You say you're conservative, you're going to be conservative. When you're around me, you're going to be conservative. Okay? You're talking to a lady that still wears slips. So you're going to be conservative around me. I'm not going to let you be anything less than that. Because that would be disingenuous, wouldn't it? It would make you a hypocrite. And I wouldn't want you to be a hypocrite. Yep, dinner not ready. Slippers need to be by the door. Yep. Them kids need what they say, them children. Oh yeah, them children out of school now. So you should, yeah, they need to be doing something. Like you need to be having them in activities or doing something. Yeah. But I won't allow the back and forth here in this chat with me. No. We can't do that. That would be wrong. And I hate to do stuff like that to MAGA. They're gonna learn. They come in here loud. I like when they come in here loud because making those announcements allows us to filter out folks. So those who are listening, as long as you chill, we'll all be chill. I don't really care who you vote for, ultimately. I just want to let you know who's keeping you poor. And rich people are keeping you poor by funneling money to your government. That Citizens United decision allowed companies to be people too, corporations to be people too. And because they have more money than you, they're more important than you and me. And they use things like culture wars to keep us divided because you'll be distracted by culture wars. And while you're distracted by culture wars and you're puzzled about why your paycheck don't stretch as far, you ain't able to put 1 + 1 = 2 together because you're working too many hours just to survive. I'm trying to teach you how to not just survive and remind you that the 99.9% of us, we own this system. Why are we allowing the 0.1% to control us? That 0.1% includes Congress. Why are we allowing that? They're in jobs getting 6-figure salaries that we pay. They're in jobs that tell us we don't work hard enough by people who don't even work 5 days a week. I'm just trying to wake y'all up. They're in cahoots with employers who want to keep you making just enough money where you can never get totally ahead, but you ain't on the street either. You just surviving. And then they tricked you into believing that you had a great life. Well, all you do is work and pay bills. And then you occasionally get to have a little bit of fun. But it ain't no real fun. Why? Because you got to go to work. If you party too hard, you ain't going to make it to work. And you got to go to work. Oh, I love all of these exits in here. Thank you, mods. Thank you. Yeah, it is modern day slavery. It's the new form of slavery in America. But y'all so focused on the old school slavery and embracing and still holding up white supremacy. Well, guess what? You're going to stay a slave. Because when you know your history, you know that there were all types of slaves in America. They had indentured service. They had a lot of different types of thresholds of slavery in America. Okay? But when you don't read history books and when your country tries to block you from learning real history and knowing things, there's a reason why they don't want you to know things. Because they don't want you to, they want to be able to play against your ignorance and your fears. Stop letting them do this. Seek information, validate your sources, and be unapologetic about knowing things and knowing the truth. Don't let people shame you into knowing things and being smart. Look at where that's gotten us. Because see, Trump, as much as people want to call him, he does a lot of stupid and dumb things. But I don't think this man is stupid and dumb at all. He's his own worst enemy sometimes. But he's not stupid and he's not dumb. He's very observant. He plays into people, understands how, listens to people. He listens. He actually listens. He may not execute in the way that he should every time, but he does listen. And he's a people watcher. He's kind of like me. I'm a people watcher. When I'm in a room full of people, I do more watching than I do engaging. Because then it allows me to know how I need to engage and move throughout that room. And it's not for me to be manipulative. It's for me to understand, one, where the manipulators are. Because manipulators are people watchers too. Catch it. They study people, honey. They study people. And this is how they know how to play you and take advantage of you and your fears and your desperations. Okay? That's how they're able to be everything you want them to be because they've been studying you. Pay attention. That's why when you vote for these politicians, they're the same way. They'll be everything you want them to be when they're trying to audition for that damn job. But as soon as they think they got it, and the probationary period has passed, well, shit, do I know you? That's when they get to acting like they don't know you no more. But that's also because you don't hold them accountable. You know why you don't hold them accountable? Because the system got you struggling and you working just to survive. You ain't got time. That's why. So why do you think they want you to keep struggling? Do y'all get it? Y'all get it now? That's why they want you to keep struggling. Because when you're struggling, you ain't got time. You're too tired. All you got enough energy to do is work, pay your bills, and do it again the very next day. Because nobody in Washington can answer you why they haven't raised the federal minimum wage. You got one party too scared to do it when they're in power, and another party that's banking their money on keeping you as poor as possible. So you got these two crazy ends of the spectrum that are happening. And we get caught in the middle, and we don't get anything in return. Nothing in return. Enough. That's why I keep trying to remind y'all, we're the majority. Rich people don't make money without you. You don't show up to work, money don't get made. Why do you think they get mad about that? Why do you think they want to get rid of paid leave? Because when you're off work on paid leave, well, they still got to pay you, but they're not making money off your labor on that time, for that time frame, because you're not there. You're not there. So paid leave for them is a money loser. They don't make money with paid leave. They don't like it. That's why they lobby so hard against those types of things. This is what y'all need to understand. And let me explain to y'all how good we used to have it until y'all took your eye off the ball. I remember this was during Bill Clinton's years. I went and worked for this small company. They only had maybe 15 employees. On the very first day you start that company, they would give you all your annual and sick leave on day one. No probationary period. You fully vested with your retirement first day, day one. Because back during that time, and during that Barack Obama time, it was very competitive. Very competitive. Very competitive on the job market. Okay? Paid leave. Y'all want me to talk about that in the podcast subject? I can. Paid leave podcast. Okay. I'll write it down. I wrote it down. Subject to talk about. I will. But it's not a moneymaker for companies. They went out of business, didn't they? They eventually, I'm trying to think, are they still in business? No, that small company is actually still in business. They're a lot larger, but I bet you they don't still have that plan in place. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it. They don't still have that plan in place. I remember another time I worked for a company. I went for a job interview. Because see, y'all took your eyes off the ball and y'all done gave these companies the leverage. But at a time when companies understood that the money is in your resources, they make more money the better resources they have and the happier the employees are. I went for an interview for another small company. This is why I usually go to small companies and not large corporations. Because smaller companies had better benefits. Google always had everybody beat. Like Google got daycare center, corporate university. They got all types of stuff with Google. That's why people, when they go to work for Google, they don't leave. Because they have too many perks. It's the quality of life thing. Work-life balance. So another small company I worked for. I went for an interview. And look, I'm having a hot flash, y'all. I could cook eggs right now. Bear with me. I went for an interview, and the lady asked me what salary I wanted to make, and I told her the amount. I don't even remember what the starting amount was. And she looked at me. She said, "Girl, that ain't no money. Ask for more." That I'd never had that happen to me in an interview in my life. And so I said more. She said, "Come on, more." And I kept saying the number. She said, "Come on, more." And she just kept pushing her finger up as I kept saying money. And I was going up First, it was $1,000 increments, then $2,000, then I would go $5,000 increments, $7,000 increment, $10,000 increment. I think I ended up before I left that room, I think I went up at least 15,000 that they offered me for that job. Period. Small company. Because back then, you know why, Lisa? Because back then it was about getting good talent. And let me tell you something. I'm very good at interviewing. I know how to interview really well. Hey, Miss Sips T. Because y'all got to understand, an interview is not just about a company interviewing you to work for their company. The best way to get a job for a company is how you interview them in that interview. That's the shit that gets you a job. And that's real talk. That's the stuff that gets you a job. Hey, beautiful moon child. That's the stuff that gets you a job. Y'all go in those interviews and almost act like you're begging. I don't go in interviews like that. I go in interviews like I took time out of my day to come to I'm going to tell you how I approach interviewing and talking about jobs. I act like a free agent in the NBA or the NFL. I'm about to change your mindset about how you treat your career. Treat your career like you're a high-value talent in the NBA, in the NFL. And act like you're your own agent. Think about it like that. Think about NBA players. Their agents aren't having conversations with teams that ain't even coming to the table with the money that they're looking for. They're not even having conversations. So that's me. That's the first thing. I'm not going to waste my time talking to you if the money ain't right off the break. That's the first. I won't even take a phone call if the money ain't right. If you're not going to answer the money correctly in the email, nope, it's nothing for us to talk about on the phone. It's a waste of my time. I'm not going to waste my time talking to you. See, you got to know your worth. Because let me tell you something. When you act like it, people buy into it. This is what Trump is masterful at. This is what y'all still haven't figured out yet. But when you do that, people lean into it too. You just got to lean into it. You have to lean into it, and people will lean into it too. Yep, it's about knowing your worth. So you don't take phone calls and you don't entertain talking to people about jobs that don't pay the money that you're looking for, don't have the benefits you want. Period. You just don't do it. Because when we tell you something, that company will remember your ass too. Because you're the applicant that's not thirsty. So then they looking at you like, why they don't want to work here? Because they're expecting you to be thirsty for it like everybody else. But when you don't treat it that way, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Yep, you have to have questions in that interview. And I interview the interviewer a lot. Why are you still working here? What's keeping you in this company? What brought you to the company? How do you guys solve conflicts and disagreements with between management and staff? Those are things you need to know. Because all money ain't good money. And if the environment ain't a good environment, you don't want to be there anyway. Period. You see how that goes, you guys? I'm just trying to get you to see your talent and your skills and see yourself in another way. But treat your career like you're a free agent. Like right now, I just lost my government job. So I'm a free agent. I get emails for jobs every day, all the time. 99.9% of them I ignore. Because it ain't worth, I already know looking at it, it's not worth my time. It's either something I'm not interested in doing anymore, or I already know they ain't going to pay the money I want. So I'm not going to talk to you because I don't have no interest in negotiating with you because you want to be cheap. I already told you what my starting rate is, and that's the starting rate. That's not where we end, because there's other things that I'm going to ask for. I want a flex working schedule. I'm not coming in nobody's office 5 days a week. Ideally, I just prefer to be remote. But if I'm even considering coming into your office, it's going to cost you a whole lot more money for me to travel to your office, because time is money. And the time that it costs for me to travel to and from your office, that's money I'm missing out on, because I'm just traveling to and from your office during that time. I'm not making money. So you got to pay for that. My benefits got to be good. You got to pay for that. What type of training and opportunities for advancement are in this organization? Because I don't come here to just work money, because at some point, you paying me money, you're going to cap me out on how much you pay me. And in order for me to get a raise, I have to leave this company and get another job. So what are my opportunities for advancement? Yep, I need to know that. How do I get trained? You give me money for training? Is that in exchange for time? Meaning if you pay for me to take classes, do I have to give you a certain amount of time and stay in this company? And if I leave before that time, do I have to pay the money back? Because I'm not doing that. So I wouldn't be interested. Y'all have to ask the questions. You can have qualifications, but you don't need all of them. It's how you talk about it. I don't know how to do everything, but I'll tell you that. Listen, I'll tell you right in an interview. Listen, I've never done, say for example, if I went to do an interview to sell cars, I would say, listen, I've never sold cars before in my life. But what I do know how to do, I know how to talk to people. I'm confident and I know how to carry myself. I've worked in sales before and I've worked in marketing before. If you're looking for somebody that's ambitious, that's a go-getter, gonna come in here on day one to make you money, you ain't gotta hold my hand nor micromanage me. I'm your talent. All it's gonna cost you is some time to bring me in and try me out. And if it doesn't work, you can go on and try somebody else. But what you got to lose? You tell me whoever else has come in this place and make you feel the way I've made you feel right now. It's how you make it. Listen, my mother always said, people don't always remember what you say, but they remember how you make them feel. And it's the realest shit ever. It's the realest shit ever. Y'all just got to know how to talk to people. That goes back to confidence. It goes back to confidence. Y'all too worried about what somebody gonna say about what you said. Who cares? How about job experience? Give me an example. Like, you don't need to have a whole lot of job experience. My mom was fabulous. I love that woman because she gave a lot of great lessons. But you don't need a lot of job experience, honey. What you need is self-esteem and marketing, the ability to sell yourself. A lot of people don't know how to sell themselves. Y'all out here marketing everything. Y'all got on all these name brands. Y'all market everybody but yourself. You market Chanel and Louis Vuitton and Yeezys, but you won't market yourself. I don't understand that. That's weird to me. I'm going to market myself harder than I market anybody else. And I say that to you because I've been this person where I've created things but afraid to tell people I created it and expected it to pop off and be something exceptional. How is it going to be exceptional if I don't tell nobody? It won't be. Well, why wouldn't I tell anybody? Because I was embarrassed about what they would say. Well, why was I embarrassed about it? Was I not proud of what I created? Yes, I was proud of what I created. But why didn't I want to share it? Because I didn't want to share it because I was afraid of the attention. Why was I afraid of the attention? Because I felt I might not deserve it. And why did I think I didn't deserve it? Well, because I've been conditioned to think I wasn't good enough and I didn't need it. And that's not true. You got to get to the root of the shit of why you think the way you think. It's not an accident. You feel me? It's always another thing up in there. And what did we talk about yesterday? Or maybe it was this morning where we said, somebody said in here, and I think it was Jarvis who said it. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Earlier today, I had a Zoom with a friend. Me and this friend go way back, 20-something years. I've known this woman for 20-something years. She's been in my live before. I've had her up on the panel, T. Y'all seen her before. Had her up on the panel. And me and her did a Zoom because I told her, I said, girl, we got to talk, girl. I found out about some more money, another money thing, the perspective that we need to be doing in relation to TikTok and other platforms, girl, and you need to know about because I know you crushing it over there on Instagram. So she was like, all right, cool. So we had a Zoom today. So I'm telling her what she need from TikTok because I know TikTok platform a lot better than her. But she knows marketing and affiliate marketing and all of that stuff better than me. So she telling me, all right, I'm telling her, okay, you need to do this, 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 and this. This is how you grow your TikTok. I'm helping her every day with her stuff and all this other stuff. And then she telling me, all right, sis, you need to take all your TikTok live videos. You need to be feeding them to your YouTube. You need to be making shorts. You need to do this. And I said, oh, sis, you need to get this software here. I use this all the time to make shorts of my other stuff so I don't have to do it myself. Do y'all understand that? You got to find people in your circle that help to feed the very best version of you. And that's what I keep people around me. That collaboration is a beautiful thing. We did that for over an hour. And then I was like, all right, girl, I got to go because I got to start preparing for my live at 5. She was like, no problem, because I got to go do my thing. Because she mostly does a lot of her streaming on Twitch. Because Twitch is a better platform for her. But the principles that we can share that cross the streams, we do it. That's what she and I do. Y'all got to find the same people in your circles. And keep in mind, me knowing her, I met this woman over, it got to be over 30 years now, on the fucking internet. I met her on a message board. I'm about to take some of y'all way back. This is how old I am. I met her on Black Voices. Listen, that's how old I am, okay? I'm older than that. But back when Black Voices was popping, them BV boards was popping, if you know, you know, okay? Back then, yeah, way back, honey. Yeah, I took you back. Back when them BV boards was popping, honey. I used to use the Black Voices, honey. Do you love that photo, Fari? Yeah, I used to use Black Voices, and that's where I met her. We met there, and I remember Black Voices, they changed their platform, and a lot of people didn't like it. And a guy on Black Voices that we all knew, he decided to start his own message board. So we went to this other message board called Afrocentric Online. And we posted on that message board together, I think, for about 15, 20 years. It was only like a small collective of us, maybe 30 or 40 of us that posted on that board. All of us still talk to today. If any of us pass away, we know about it. If we travel to each other's respective cities, we see each other. And those were relationships that we started on the internet initially. So Tasha, oh, I didn't even say it like that, but she was somebody I met online. I've traveled there. She's traveled here. We don't even live in the same state, but that don't make us not friends. That don't mean we don't collaborate. That don't mean we don't make money together, because we have a lot more in common than different. This is why I tell y'all to let down your guard. People need to earn your trust, but that's how you create those collaborations, y'all. That's how I do. I meet people all the time because I'm a person that I will talk to people. And I'm willing to put myself out there even when I'm afraid. Because what I have found, this is what you're going to find in your life. When you put yourself out there, when you're not afraid, that's when you're going to get your greatest victories, y'all. You got to be willing to put yourself out there. Y'all got to stop sitting on the sidelines. You don't always need experience and qualifications, shit. You don't. It depends on what you want to do. And you can get experience and qualifications. See, y'all looking for experience and qualifications only come with somebody paying you. You can do things for free. That still counts as experience. That still counts as experience. Y'all forget about that part. Remember that guy here on TikTok? He's a barber, and he started off just giving free haircuts to people and recording it as content. Now this man, he done cut Barack Obama's hair. All he did was put himself out there. That's it. And the reason why I make content today, the reason why I'm out here, I'm talking to people, I'm educating people about certain things, is because I've spent decades on the sidelines watching other people going, well, fuck, I can do that. I can do that. But the difference between me and them was I wasn't doing it. That's the difference. And what you'll realize is that's why a lot of people hate on you when you do it. Because that's the difference between you and the people watching you, is they're not doing it. So it's really easy for them to say all these things to you because they're not doing it. They're afraid to put themselves out there. That's why I'm never fazed by nothing nobody say to me on the internet. I'm like, yeah, I ain't worried about that, because I'm here and you're on the other side of your keyboard. So it doesn't bother me. When you think of it that way, it changes things. When you think of your life as you navigate the world, somebody taught me something so valuable. I'm going to tell you, this is another story. I remember a time I found out when I got, this is also how I get money in jobs. I've always been able to command money ever since I had a conversation with a friend on a job. This was a guy that I met on a job. We're still friends to today. 20-something years later, he and I are still very close friends. And he and I were talking one day at lunch. And he was going through his performance review. And they brought it to him. And he told me, he said, I didn't agree with my boss's assessment of me. I said, so what you do? He said, I didn't sign it. I said, I'm not signing that. What you think about me, I don't have to agree with that. I'm not signing it. I said, well, I said, you can't do that. He said, why can't I do that? He said, absolutely, I can. He said, so I did it. He said, and I said, what they do? He said, she just said, okay. He said, and then the manager came back a couple days later and revised the assessment. Then he signed it. See, a lot of what I learned about how I move, I learned, and this may surprise some, may not others. I learned from watching men. Strong men, actually. Not the weak ones. Strong men. This is why I can identify strong men versus weak men. Because I watch strong men a lot. And what I notice about strong men is they're very unapologetic. I'm not saying they're assholes, because that's not what I'm saying, but they're unapologetic and they are who they are. They speak with confidence, authority. They don't have to know everything. But in saying that they don't know, they say it with such a level of authority, you're okay with that. You understand where I'm coming from? You're okay with that they don't know. Because they say, I don't know, but I'll get an answer for you. Or I'll find somebody who can. That's the difference. So for me, because I've ran into some, especially guys, men who will say, I interacted with you and you act like a guy. And I'm like, no, you're used to somebody fawning all over you. I'm not going to do that. What do I need to do that for? Who does that? I don't want you to fawn all over me either. I want you to get some business. Catch it. And unfortunately, ladies, that don't make them chase you more. What they say, a blessing and a curse. But I say all of that to say, speak with confidence and authority. Seriously, speak with confidence. Look, Zarvis laughing. Listen, it's like the ruder you are to some of them. And I don't even want to call it rude, but just more so like, okay. Versus being, I'll give you a great example. If you're a woman and a guy gives you a compliment that you don't know, and you're like, oh, and you're doing all that craziness, listen, don't do that. If anything, it's like, oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that compliment. And you're looking dapper yourself today too, gentlemen. Sir, kind sir. That shit gonna get you away a lot further. One, men don't get many compliments. That's the first thing. Men don't get many compliments. Two, if he's thinking about being raggedy with you, he'll probably reassess. Hey, beautiful. Hey, sassy. But y'all get where I'm coming from? I just want you to think different about yourself and your life and your purpose. Because when you think different about yourself, you won't accept anything less from your government. You get why I'm telling you this? Look, I'm bringing it all back full circle. You won't accept nothing less from your government if you know what you deserve, if you know your value. You won't allow your elected officials to lie to you. You won't allow your government to gaslight you. You won't do it. You will call people out. You will hold them accountable. You will represent for your families and for your communities, and you'll be unapologetic doing it. And guess what? Life will be better. I'm just trying to get you to wake up. Because so many of us are in the matrix. You're asleep, baby. You are asleep in the American dream. That is why they call it a dream. That's why. Because when you're sleeping, you don't have any idea what's happening. You don't even care. You're just a robot. You're just operating on autopilot. Quiet as kept, you already on autopilot. You already on autopilot. Let's be honest with yourself. You're already doing that. You're already that. But you can change it. You can change it. Do something to change it, y'all. We got to work together and try instead of trying to figure out how to divide one another. Because we don't need, that was a positive comment. I'll get Donald. I'll get him. He's fine. I'll get him back. I unblocked him. Because when I read it, when you first read it, it can look like it was bad. But then I read it again. It's okay. Accidents happen. We're fine. I unblocked him. And showed his comment again. He's back again. If he comes back. But he's unblocked. But that's what I want to get y'all to see, okay? That's the only thing I'm trying to get you to see. It doesn't have to be this way, but it's this way because we just kind of gave up and threw our hands up and said, well, I guess we stuck. This is my life. And I know I've had those moments where I've gone, well, I guess this is just my life. I just work to pay fucking bills. I don't know if you've ever had that conversation with yourself, but I have, where I went, I guess I just work to pay bills because ain't room and time to do shit else but work and pay fucking bills. But life can be better than that, y'all. We ain't got to just work and pay bills. The system want us to work and pay bills so we won't know what they doing. Because understand, Congress don't work and pay bills. None of those elected officials just work and pay bills. None of them. We do. Run for Congress. I wanted to tell you guys all those calls that you're making to your congressperson, your senator. Some of that shit is starting to work. And I'm going to tell you why it's starting to work. Because a senior Republican is already signaling that he's going to kneecap Trump's bill. And not because of the cuts to the budget. Okay? We ain't going to win it all. But as long as it's getting kneecapped. He's saying he's going to kneecap it. Oh, Chuck Grassley. That's what he say. That's what he say. But we know he in Paw age group too and might get up there and forget that he's opposed it and vote for it. But says that the courts is the reason why he would he would vote no on the bill. Because he doesn't agree with the executive not being able to be checked by the courts or Congress being able to check them either. So it's just a power struggle. Chuck just don't want to give up his power. And say it again, Deborah, never strive for mediocre, strive to do something better, even if it's a small change. Y'all, and every day is an opportunity to make a better change and to make yourself better. Just do small things every day. That's how you won't get overcome with stuff. Small stuff every day. But your life will change, but you have to do something. I'll tell you another story. Look, as we're getting close to time. I used to weigh over 220 pounds at one time in my life. Not all the time, but I had a point in my life where I had gained a lot of weight. And that was due to the fact that I have multiple sclerosis. So I had been on a lot of different therapies and stuff, which make you gain a lot of weight. And I also had just gotten to a point I just gave up. I was just like, fuck it. It is what it is, And I just accepted it. And then I don't remember, something happened, but I started like eating a little better and I was losing a little weight. And then I don't even remember how I ended up wanting to go out. I was at a family member's house for Thanksgiving. This is over 20 years ago. At a family member's house for Thanksgiving. And a friend of hers was there who has a personal trainer. And thank you guys so much. I work really, really hard. And she has a personal trainer. And I knew that she had gastric bypass surgery. And because she used to be morbidly obese. And she had lost a lot of weight from her gastric bypass, but she was doing really great because of her training and what she was doing in the gym. And I said, I want to check out your trainer. So I went over there to see the trainer. And I interviewed him and I talked with him because for me, it was about temperament. I had to like his temperament. The energy is everything to me. And his cost was great because it was cheap at the time. At the time, my trainer was $30 a session. It was so cheap. Or $25 a session. It was cheap. It might have been $20 a session at the time. And it was for one-on-one. You could do one-on-one or group. It was up to you. And I trained with that man for a decade. He taught me how to properly work out in the gym. I don't train with him anymore because I don't need to. He's all the way on the other side of town. And I still talk to him and stuff like that from time to time. But he's always on the other side of town. So I still go to gym 4 days a week. I go on my own because I like gym. I'm a weird person like that. I like to go to the gym. Whatever frustration or stress I have, I just like to work out. Working out makes me feel good. I like to do it first thing in the morning. Bust out my reps. I would literally be in the gym just like working out, rapping, and or singing, whatever it is that I'm doing, and working out, doing my reps, whatever it is. And I started working out with this guy, and it just became a routine for me, something that became a part of my life. It's just something I do. It's normal. It's like breathing. But I started off on 1 day at a time. 1 day at a time. Then it became 2 days at a time. Then it became 3 days at a time. Then it became 4 days at a time. And I used to do 5, but 5 is a little too much. I needed more rest time. So I do 4 days at a time. 2 days legs, 2 days upper body. And ladies, I'm going to give you a hint on working out. If you want a nice, curvy, shapely body, everybody talk about glutes, glutes, glutes. No, do legs twice a week. Quads is what make you shapely. Shit, them quads and doing them hip thrusters and shit like that, that's the shit that make you shapely. Everybody want to have a booty shaped like an ant. Like, what is this, A Bug's Life? Like, what are we doing? Now, I ain't gonna lie. I be seeing them onions. I be looking, I be like, I be seeing them. Oh, can I tell y'all something? Another idea I had. Listen, I think I told the live this when I first started live earlier in the year. But it made me think about it when somebody wrote buns. You know how they got Hooters? I still don't know why nobody ever did this. But somebody should have opened a rival spot called Buns. B-U-N-Z, right? Where the focus was on the buns. You feel me? And it would have been like a little sports bar spot where you go, you can watch your sports games, you eat good food, you can have some decent little music. Man, listen, I would have been in there. I would have been in there because I used to go to Hooters before they fell off. Hooters had spectacular customer service at one time. I used to go there for the customer service. Y'all can hate all y'all want to. I used to go there by myself for lunch. Yep. Sit and talk with the waitress. All throughout lunch, she put my napkin on my lap, put my straw in my cup. Listen, I got treated like royalty. Shit, I don't know what y'all talking about. Maybe you could do all food on a serving a bun, but to me, buns was about the women. Catch it. You had to have buns. You get it? Buns. That's why it was going to be called Buns. Wasn't about no hamburger buns. Catch it. I'm marketing here. Someone should have opened a restaurant, like a chain line called Buns. You got Hooters, now you got Buns. Think about it. You make it a sports bar. Let whoever likes to watch sports, make it not just, oh no, we don't want onions. Catch it. Right, exactly, Sanopa. But imagine, I'm telling you, a place like that, and if you would have paired it with great customer service, that would have been the key. It would have had to have what Hooters no longer has, which is great customer service. Onion buns, yes. Or buns, what did it say? Buns that'll make you cry. Something, I don't know. I'd have to come up with what the little tagline would be for the place. But I'm telling you, that place would be very lucrative. Very lucrative. I told y'all, somebody needs to pay me just to come up with ideas. I don't want to have to do them. Because all of those things I don't want to do. I just be sitting around my house and going, it would be awesome if we had blah, blah, blah. I'm one of those people. You were thinking about that in the 90s, but with men. I'm going to tell you something I thought about when I was a child. I used to always tell my mother this. And now as an adult, this stuff exists. But I thought about this as a child. I remember talking about this way back in elementary school. I told my mom, I said, Mom, when I grow up, I'm going to open up a fast food joint. And I'm not going to sell nothing but chicken skins. Fried chicken skins. My mother said, what? I never forget. I said, I'm telling you, the best part on the chicken is that fatty chicken skin when it's been fried. I'm going to open up a fried chicken skin, and all of the chicken skins are going to come in different flavors. That'll be, because I was a kid at the time, and I was like, that'll be so cool. Now you got companies that sell fried chicken skins by the bag. Hell, they already eat pork skins. See, So see, soy. So I don't know who said earlier in the live earlier this morning. They said they don't want to do content because they weird. You hear my weird ass? Fried chicken skins. I don't care. Oh, you perfected baking it. That's a TikTok video. Because somebody like me is gonna watch that because I love chicken skin. But I'm just saying, I always come up with ideas. But I don't always want to have to be the one to execute on them. I just know it's a good idea. And I'm like, wow, somebody needs to do that. You know? But I don't think you can just sell ideas. I don't know. Maybe you can. I used to work in a chicken plant and wondered why. No, exactly. They're getting rid of, that was a perfect, but see, back in the day, you couldn't get people to buy chicken skins because pork skins are like the classic thing. You know, pork skins are like a classic thing. But chicken skin, that shit melts in your mouth like butter. Like butter. Oh my gosh. Hey, Noonie Q. It melts in your mouth like butter. But that's why I wanted to have it as a fast food spot so you get it hot. Because the key is you got to have chicken skins hot, in my humble opinion. You got to have them hot. So I was like, it needs to be a restaurant. Or like a little fast food joint. You come get you like, a 10-pack of chicken skins, some fries, a drink, go about your business. And it's a perfect finger food that you can just eat on the go. Somebody needs to open a fast food spot for chicken skins. They've been told. The problem is, how do you get an influx of chicken skin? See, it may be a logistical issue. That you can't just get skin without it going bad, without having everything else. Yeah, so it's probably not a great logistical thing. You could probably serve it on a menu at a restaurant because they, any skinless chicken thing they have, they can take that skin and then turn it into an appetizer kind of thing. You did come in at the weirdest time. Fuck your chill. You came in at the weirdest time. You absolutely did. You came in during chicken skins. Listen, I did talk about at the beginning of the live how there has been news reports that Trump is wearing a colostomy bag. So understand, Pawpaw is slowly breaking down. Slowly breaking down. And there's also some paranoia that Trump has against J.D. Vance. They say that he's starting to look to turn against J.D. Vance because of Elon Musk. Spicy chicken skins, Bob. Exactly. I think you could sell chicken skin in the same way, but I'm one of those people that love chicken skin hot. There is somebody who sells chicken skin like a chip because I've seen it on TikTok. There is. Not skins and buns. Listen, y'all, my mind goes all over the place. I'm telling y'all. I got so many ideas for so much stuff. Okay? Like if somebody wants to write a movie script, idea. I came up with an idea when I saw this idea, right? I saw a story about something. You know how in China they have that glass bridge, right? Again, I just come up with these fucking ideas. And I was like, I would love to watch a movie about these friends that go to China on this trip to cross that glass bridge in China. But the day they go to cross it, something happens and it collapses. Oh, that would make a good movie. That's me. I'm that chick. I'm sitting at home doing that. That's me. Pay me to just come up with ideas. Somebody, please, universe, please. And see, I speak it because it happens. That's the other thing. If you want something to happen for yourself, speak it. Because then it'll happen. But that's how I think. I would watch a movie like that. And speaking of movies, don't forget those of you who voted on the Patreon poll. June 14th, 9 p.m. is when we're going to talk about It Follows. So you need to make sure that you watch It Follows because June 14th, 9 p.m. is when we are having our panel to discuss it. Oh, you're watching it tonight, Kim. Awesome. You would love to have that job too? Me too, fuck your chill. I would love to have that job. Just come up with ideas. Come up with ideas. And you guys are going to start seeing some modifications happening because like I told you, I got the new live show happening starting June 16th. Daily show. June 16th, streaming on YouTube. Because you can't say shit on TikTok. I've been on TikTok. Ooh, I got to be very, very calculated about how I speak on TikTok because they don't let you say nothing. Your husband hates scary. But see, It Follows is not a scary movie. I call it a thriller. So a thriller, because it's a thriller. I'm going to just say that. It's a thriller. Oh, you watched it last night. It's good. It's good. I can't wait till we talk about it. I can't wait till we talk about it. We're going to have a good time talking about that movie. I've seen it before, but I'm going to watch it again prior to our discussion on the 14th. But I'm going to watch it again. But if you guys are interested in knowing being a part of that discussion, just check out the Patreon where I give you a link to the movie so you can know exactly what movie it is that we're watching. Patreon access is free. I do have some paid members that support and help out with the channel, and I appreciate that so much, but joining is also free as well. So check it out. Check it out. Check out the Straight No Chaser podcast. I am not going to have a new episode come out tomorrow, mostly because I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I record so much. I have stuff. I'm just tired of editing. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. That and the computer that I was using isn't working anymore, and I can't get it repaired until later in the week. And I want to make sure I put out quality programming, not something that is not quality. So I apologize for that because I was thinking about ending the season on 12 episodes. And then I said, no, I think I want to end on 15 episodes. But then I was going to end. That last one was a good one. Yeah, it was good on Credit Store. Maybe I end on that. But see, I get in my head. This is how I get in my head, y'all. Then I go, but I didn't say it was the last episode of the season. Is it right to end like that and not say something? See, that's what I do. Post an older show and then request it repeat. I could do that. You know what? I think I'm going to post an older show, The Hunger Games show. That was one of my most popular podcast episodes when I talked about how America is basically the Hunger Games, where everybody's trying to survive. Everybody's trying to survive. And there's essentially there is a way out of it, but we got to do something to change the system. That's one of my more popular podcast episodes. So I might repost that. And it was one of my earlier ones, actually. So I may do that. See, I get in my head all the time. What do you think of AI? Do you have it? I love AI. I use it every day. I use it every day. I'll give you an example. You can use AI for any and everything that you choose to, but I would encourage people to use AI to make their lives easier to make money. Use AI to monetize tasks so you can make money and you don't have to do everything yourself. That's how I would use AI. That is how I use AI. Like, I gave an example. I started a faceless TikTok account last week. At first, I was just posting a random here or there. And then I said, okay, let me just go ahead and do some more targeted things. So because I use ChatGPT every day. So what I decided to do instead was I used it I had ChatGPT create a persona for me. I talked to it and I told it who this person was, right? Because whoever this other account is that I've created, this faceless account, I don't want it to be me per se. You feel me? It's this other persona. And so I told ChatGPT what this persona is, what they like, what they don't like, this, that, and the other. And so then I tell ChatGPT to give me content. Okay, give me 10 statements about these particular topics listed in a spreadsheet. I download that spreadsheet. I import it into Canva. I use Canva then to automate and make 10 videos for me. Canva will make all 10 videos for me in less than a second. Sincerely, y'all think it's hard. It ain't as hard as you think it is. People are automating processes. 1 second. I got 10 videos. Download all 10 videos. Upload those 10 videos. You got 10 descriptions from AI. Yeah, Canva can make videos. Fuck yeah, Canva can make videos. You can make your TikTok videos in Canva, download your Canva video, and then upload it to TikTok, and then add whatever other stuff you want to add to it, and then post it to TikTok. You don't have to, yeah. Canva makes videos. You can even edit the videos in Canva. Yep, bulk create feature in Canva is a beautiful thing. And you don't have to pay extra for it. So that's why I say AI is a great thing. Just use AI to automate tasks so you can make money. This now is a time, this is the gold rush time for AI. Now is the time. This is the infancy of AI. This is the time you can make the most money before the rich people get their hands all over AI and then monetize everything where you can't really make the money that you want to make on it anymore. Or you got to figure out a new way to make money with it. It's like the internet. When the internet first hit, it was a gold rush because the rich people they couldn't monetize every facet of it in the beginning because it was too new for them and it was moving too fast. But the way the internet keeps moving, we move it faster than the big businesses can. So we're able to keep making money ahead of them. By the time the big businesses figure it out, we've already moved on to the next thing. Think about it. We set the trends. The businesses aren't setting the trends. We're setting the trends. Now, a lot of times we let them market to us and make them think that they told us what the trend is. And no, we set the trend. They just market the product to you that they're trying to sell based on the trend that we created. So just use AI. That's what I do. I use AI every day, all day. I use AI every day, all day to do all different, like I said to AI, okay, remember when I told you guys earlier about TikTok having affiliate marketing, right? You need AI to cook your dinner. Listen, go ask AI for recipes. And you know, I've done that before. I've gone to AI, I say, listen, AI, these are the ingredients I have. I need a meal that I can cook and get done from preparation to on my table in 30 minutes. Give me a meal. I don't like this stuff. I don't like this stuff. I do like this stuff and I do like this stuff. Bam. And I say, give me 3 recipes. It'll give you 3 recipes. Y'all playing with it. I'm using it. I'm like, shit, it's right here at my disposal. Why am I overthinking this thing and making it hard for me for no fucking reason? You could use AI and just, I don't feed it personal information of mine. I just am very broad, or I talk about things in certain ways. You understand? That's what you do. Use AI to your advantage. This is the time to do it. Get your kids to use it every day, because children have a different way of using things and interacting with things. So get your kids to use it so your kids can start figuring stuff out. See, companies now are creating AI to serve as companions for people. I don't know if y'all know that, because a lot of people are talking to these AI models like they in relationships with them. Catch it? Because people need companionship. You can use AI to create your own AI models and you can sell it. You can do that. You can do that on ChatGPT easy. You can literally create your own model using AI and then sell access to your model to other people. They will buy it. I have bought access to other people's models. I have sold access to my own models. So I want to encourage you to play with AI. If you're not playing with it already, please start playing with it. Just find a model that you like, whether it's ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini, whatever it is, Claude. Just find something and play with it. Find something and play with it. Because I'm telling you, AI ain't going nowhere. So since you know it's not going anywhere, you need to figure out how to use it so you don't get left behind. I don't know if DeepSeek is free because I don't use DeepSeek. So I couldn't tell you. I use ChatGPT. ChatGPT, it does have a free model. Well, let me tell you, all models are questionable in their accuracy. I'm glad you brought that up. Because you do need to check your information. Sometimes the models get it wrong. No, I don't speak Spanish. I want to learn what they say, un poquito en español. I would love to speak Spanish. I always have Hispanic men walking up to me thinking I'm Hispanic, and I'm not. They always like, eh. I'm like, oh no, I don't even speak Spanish. I'm sorry, beloved. I wish I did, though. I wish I was bilingual. I mean, I am bilingual. I speak the King's English. Then I speak country, like Southern country drawl, like my family speaks down South. And then I speak, roundaway dialect when I have to. I do speak at least 3 languages. So, oh, you get that too, Oscar? Yeah, you're looking like, what? No, I don't. Oh, not Nahua. Did I say that correctly, Sanopa? Nahua. I hope I did. Yeah, I need to do something else. I've been a teacher for special needs kids, and my back is shot. Ah, I didn't say it right. Ah, see? This may be why I'm not really bilingual. I've taken Spanish for decades. Nawa. Oh, Nawa. Ah, Nawa. And may I ask, what is your culture? Can I ask that question? I'm assuming Native. Is it Native American? Ah, I thought so. Okay, I thought so. Okay, awesome. The Native people of the Americas. Catch that. Because a lot of Americans forget that. A lot of Americans forget that part. Because we don't know our history, America. You can't find a country that already had people here. Chill. I discovered something that was already here and people were already there too. I guess I discover Costco every week. There's people already there though, but I discovered it. Okay. Yeah, I guess Trump done changed Indigenous Peoples Day back to Christopher Columbus Day. Chill. As if they even cared. But I send much respect out to the Native people. As always. You respect. Folks have to always respect because you always have to remember those who come before us. Yep. Folks always have to remember that. And I thank you guys for joining me tonight. Y'all even took the pressure off on that podcast thing. Because, literally, I was thinking about when I got out the live to record a whole podcast afterwards. Edit it and then put it up. And then I went, I'm tired. Yeah, Straight No Chaser. I'm on Patreon. You got it on Patreon and you got it on Spotify. It's on both. Yep, it's free on either one of those platforms. And I'm starting to put my YouTube, my TikTok live shows, the full shows that I do here on live, I'm putting them up on YouTube. Because like I told you, I talked to my girlfriend today. She said, girl, you need to put that content over there. She said, it's people that don't always get to attend your lives and they love to see a recap. You're not posting that content? Well, they like to see that stuff too. And I'm like, well, I hadn't thought about it. Because I'm like, well, the moment's already passed. Why would you want to watch that? She's like, because maybe I want to watch it again, stupid. I was like, oh, yeah, you're right, girl. Listen, this is the type of relationship that she and I have. We can have those conversations. I was like, duh. You're right. I hadn't thought about that. So I'm one of those people. I'm kind of like, okay, I've done it. I've moved on. Kind of like Prince. And then I thought about it. That's why I hated Prince sometimes. It's like, what you mean you don't want to sing? You don't want to sing When Doves Cry? What do you mean? I like your new stuff, but I want to hear When Doves Cry. I got to take my own advice. So I took my friend's advice and I'm going to download. She even showed me, she shared her desktop and showed me how to download my TikTok live videos on the desktop so I would know how to do it. And you said, have you thought of the tools that posted on multiple platforms to you? Well, yeah, to me, multiple platforms right now are Spotify and Patreon. You think people would want to hear a TikTok? I don't think you think they would want to hear the what do you call it? I've looked at them, but I didn't finish it to post my podcast on other platforms. I need to. I guess I need to. Yeah, I need to. I just get very overwhelmed. I'm being honest. At some point, I'm going to have to hire help because I do get overwhelmed. And then I just go, you know what? Let me just stay focused on what I know I can do really well, right? And do that. I should also put the podcast episodes on YouTube. Technically, they're already on YouTube. You just can't see them. I have to load them up to YouTube so you can see them on Patreon. So I just have to turn them on public. So I'll do that. because I don't. I just, yeah. See, silly me. See, I didn't even know. Listen, I was surprised when I went into my YouTube today and saw I had over 100 subscribers. I was like, wow, who would have thought it? So I'm always surprised and always grateful every time. I miss the live sometimes. Okay, so I'll put them up. I'll make sure to put them up and more. Because I tell you, I'll put the podcasts up on YouTube as well. Like I said, they're already on YouTube. I just got to flip them to being public. That's it. Once I flip them to public, they're all already there. But I'm going to tell you something ahead of time. I'm not going to do some fancy cover for each one of them. Because that shit going to get me overwhelmed. So I'm just going to put them up for now. I'll do that fancy cover shit later. See, that's the stuff that gets me overwhelmed. When the system starts talking about, you know, when you start looking at other people's videos on the front page, oh, they got a fancy cover. And man, listen. I can't. It's too much. It's too much. And that's why I get why some people don't do content creation. Because all those other things can become overwhelming. That's why I tell you, do what you can do. Fuck Donald Trump is what FDT means when they say that. Do TikTok and YouTube at the same time. I have a couple times, but I gotta wait till I get my laptop fixed. And I'm getting it fixed this week. And then I've done TikTok and YouTube at the same time, but honestly, if I was on YouTube and not on TikTok when I was doing it, the conversation would be even a smidge a little different, even a little more. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of things I don't talk about on here because I can't. No problem, totally love. It took me, you know what's the problem? The funny thing is every time I see FDT, I think FTD, that floral company where you can order the flowers. So it takes me a minute every time because I'm old. Listen. Every time I see it, I'm like, why are they talking about flowers? Oh, no. That's not what they're talking about. Every time. Yeah. So I be thinking about that. Oh, it's FDT as well. See, listen. Not FT. See, listen. Now, see, I done got myself all fucking. See, listen. On this episode of Old Ass People Get Themselves Confused. Jesus. That's why I don't even say it, because I'm thinking about flowers every time. You're right. I'm Jarvis. I'm not old. I am seasoned. 50 ain't old as long as your knees work. Catch it. And these knees still work, because I do legs twice a week. So I'm still okay. But I'm going to tell you something, ladies. Don't you do that damn squat king shit. That man, I almost ruined my knees messing with that man, trying to do all them damn squats like that. Listen, he got a booty like an onion. I'm good. You knock yourself out, bruh. Knock yourself out. And I swear some of it's genetics too. Knock yourself out. I didn't need it. I never did it again. Fuck that squat king. You know, with his little fanny pack. I'm good. I'm good. If I don't never do nothing like that no more again. I do mine, but I don't do them like that. He tore my damn knees up. I was like, why are my knees hurting? I even ended up at the doctor. I thought I had arthritis. Doctor said, you doing something in that gym your knees don't like. I said, I know exactly what it is. No more. I don't do that no more. And I'm still doing okay. You don't need to do that, ladies. Don't listen to that man. That man was born with an onion. Catch it. A lot of men's walking around here with onions. Catch it. Look, we be looking too. Like, hey, sir. See, I'm going to tell you something my trainer told me. My trainer told me if you see a guy with an onion, that means he has the power of the thrust. That's what the trainer said. He said if you see a man and he ain't got no backside, 9 times out of 10, his thrust is lacking. I'm just telling you what the trainer said. And yes, he was straight. He is a straight man. He just said if you see a man has no glutes, he has no thrust. Listen, people tell me things for no damn reason. Because I know why he told me, though, because I asked the question. I said, you know what I noticed? How come men be walking around with so many onions? I don't understand. They don't even need an onion. How they got an onion so effortlessly? No matter how sometimes a dude is shaped, he'll still have an onion. How is this possible? Always got buns. Thank you, Trail. Reggie, I see that. Now I gotta keep it flat. And he said, you know why a lot of guys got onions? You know, got round bottoms is because of the thrust. That's working glutes. And so if you getting enough, if you putting in enough work, you're gonna have some buns. So I pay attention. I be like, okay. Oh, you don't get nothing. Okay, all right. So that's why I pay attention. So when I saw that, it made me think about it. Yeah, I do look at the male onions. I like to cry a little bit too. I just don't like when they're a little too hippie. I don't like that. You're a little too hippie, sir. You shouldn't wear those pants that tight. From the back, you look like your name is Carol. Catch it. I thank you all for joining me tonight here on tonight's live. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to check out that link in my bio to the Straight No Chaser podcast. It links you to my YouTube website, everything. Thank you so much. I want to thank you for all the likes, the shares. Look, we did 71,000 likes today. Thank you all so much. Yes, I did say Carol. I'm going to post this live again later, Maverick. So I'm going to post it over on YouTube so you can see the full thing over there. Because my friend got on me earlier about reposting my live so people can enjoy them as well. Because we had a great time here tonight. And I also told everybody how Diaper Dawn, he's on a colostomy bag. Anyway, thank y'all so much for the likes, the shares, the gifts. And as always, I want to send a shout out to my top gifters, my top 5 gifters. Because I always love to do this. Number 5, my dog is Charlie. Thank you, beautiful. Number 5. Number 1, my dog is Charlie. Thank you, beautiful. Number 2, Soyana. Thank you, beautiful. Number 3, beautiful Sinopa. Number 4, beautiful Trail. Number 5, beautiful CJ. And I want to do a special shout out to beautiful number 6, Kiana Black. Thank you all so much. It's been my pleasure, Sinopa. Thank you all so much. And Zarvis, y'all make my day every day. Y'all make my day every day because I'm telling you, my husband is so happy because he would be sitting in here getting this show or I'd be sitting in here dancing in front of the cat like, come on, Mr. Wick, let's dance. And he'd be smacking me out the way like, get your ass out of here. Now I got other people to annoy and work and connect with. So I appreciate that. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Listen, I'm going to end this live the way I end all my lives. I will see you tomorrow morning, though, at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Sharp, right here on TikTok Live. I love you. Don't let nobody live rent free in your head. Don't feed the trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, you guys.